Hello and welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree and this message is for anybody with a placement or a house in Ophiuchus. Now, Ophiuchus is also known as the 13th sign because his leg is in our ecliptic, but he is omitted from tropical astrology. And so in constellational astrology, which is the astrology that I was practicing and sometimes read, we read on the energy of Ophiuchus. And there is a link in the description box if you would like to get a free chart with constellational astrology. Dr. Danny has a free chart. You just got to put in your birth details and you can see where your Ophiuchus is. You may not have a planet in Ophiuchus, but you definitely have a house in Ophiuchus. So you do have this energy within you, within your birth chart because of the house system, okay? And that goes for all zodiacal signs. Just because you don't have a planet there does not mean it's not within your chart. And you can also reach these energies. All right. You can learn to call upon these energies because they are there. Okay, Ophiuchus, let's see what's going on with you. Ooh, we've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Ace of Cups. I guess that's an ace, right? And then we've got the Five of Swords. Okay, look at this cool Knight of Wands. Look at that cool card. This is a cool deck. I got it from Kickstarter. I don't know if this guy is still making tarot decks, but his art to me is awesome. His name is Chip Hudson. And let me see. I'm looking for the box. I don't know where it went. Anyway, I think his website is Chip Hudson Art, and he may or may not have some more of these decks available, but his art is amazing. Okay, so back to the reading. Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups, and your Ace of Cups is in reverse. This is a cool card too. You have it in reverse, but I'm showing it to you upright. And then you've got the Five of Swords. This is pretty cool too. It has a little bit of nudity in it, so I won't show it close up, but you'll see it when I flip the camera over. Swords, Wands. So we've got fire, water, and air. So I feel like Knight is fire of fire, right? And then we've got this Ace of Cups and a Five of Swords here. So I feel like there you might be in a bit of a lover's quarrel, or you might be there's like a new feeling that is not able to present itself, and I think the Five of Swords is keeping it that way. So there's something going on with some kind of emotion, kind of maybe a love interest, but this Five of Swords is a card of conflict, or maybe even an internal conflict. It's also been associated with ego as well. But I'm going to pull some cards from the Tattoo Tarot to see if we can drill down on this message just a little bit more. But I do, with this Knight of Wands, I do see that there is some passion. There is a want to move forward and a want to perhaps bring this possibility of this new feeling, this new emotion, this new relationship, to possibly bring it into fruition. And that's what our Knight is here to say, that he wants to pull it forward, or you want to pull it forward. There's a need for this. There's a desire for this relationship to build into something wonderful. Oh, and then we've got the Lovers in reverse. We've got Justice in reverse. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Oh my goodness. We've got the World in reverse. Okay, finally, we've got the Queen of Cups upright, and then we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. the devil's in reverse. Then we've got the 5 of swords again, and then the 2 of pentacles down at the bottom with our emperor at the bottom of the deck. Oh, all right. So let's see. Let me switch this so you can see this beautiful spread. Right. I'm going to scoot it over here. Let's just make this nice. Just in case you want to take a picture, do a little screenshot. Okay, Ophiuchus. So under our Knight of Wands, that guy, that energy that wants to pursue possibly this new love interest that's not being presented properly. We have the Lovers in reverse, Justice in reverse, and the Devil. So I get the feeling that because, I mean, these are 3 major arcana on top of that. So I get the feeling that this situation, oh my goodness. Let me look over here. Hold on. Wow. And then we've got the World, 10 of swords in reverse with the 5 of swords down here. But we do have the Queen of Cups. And then here we've got a decision to make. Okay, it's coming. Here it is. Okay, so this situation has been going on for a while. This might be even like a twin flame type of situation, you know, where you guys just love each other so much that you guys are explosive with one another. And I get the feeling that both of you guys bring out the worst in each other, and it's no fault of your own. I don't feel like I just feel that you two together is such an explosive energy, and this is just not your timeline to be together for some reason, and 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 I see that, gosh, I really feel like this is really going further than this lifetime. I feel like this love is an old love, but for this reality right now, it's not going to happen. And I feel like you guys aren't over. Like it's not over when we think about the whole span of the universe and all the different timelines that we live in. You know, there's string theory and all this stuff. But I really feel that you guys are meant to be together, but just not in this timeline. I like that we have the Queen of Cups here. We've got the Page of Swords in reverse, and we also have this 2 of Pentacles here. So what I can tell you for this timeline is I think you need to be very realistic of the passion and the passion that ignites you guys is something that it's just too explosive for you to handle right now. I get the feeling that there are things, there are lessons, there are experiences that you two need to go through in this lifetime, and that possibly is, you know, being without one another and going through this life yearning for that other. But you have to accept that for right now your two energies are just, they're too incompatible. We have 2 5 of swords here, and so, you know, like I said, this can be thought of like the ego card. So I feel like both of you guys' mental planes, your mental capacity to work with each other is just not there because it's too self-focused right now, and you're just unable to really make it work in this reality. And that's the simple way that I can put it. You know, we also have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck of the Devil in the Details. This is a pretty card too. Oh, you can't see. Let me do it. I did that wrong. Oh, look at that. So you have that at the bottom of your deck of the Knight of the Devil in the Details deck. And so with this, we've got Knight of Air, fire of air and then fire of fire. There's a lot of fire, and then air, of course, feeds the fire. So, really, what I see is just a lot of explosive activity. And I think you really need to be, we've got the Emperor at the bottom of this deck, and I think you really need to be cognizant of what this reality is here for you. And right now, it's just not this relationship. But like I said, I feel like you guys are really meant to be together. We've got the 10 of Swords here and the World right next to the Queen of Cups. And, you know, just this whole line right here, I feel, is just very indicative of this love, this passion, this meant to be togetherness is gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen now. Bro, let me show you this Devil. You have Devil in reverse, but I'm gonna show it to you upright. Look at this Devil. I mean, how amazing is that? Like, how does somebody think of this? Oh, I wish I was like an artist. I mean, I kind of am in a way, kind of, but nothing like that. And all right, Ophiuchus, I hope that that helps. Oh, you know what? I need to pull an oracle card for you, and we are going to use Between Worlds. Now, this is an avian deck, and this deck is actually pretty cool. It has levels, right? It has like the valleys, which are experiences that we go through. And then it has like the archetypes, which deals with astrology, only the 12 signs, by the way. I'm sorry, Ophiuchus, you're left out. But also the Jungian archetypes, it's connected to that as well. And then it has like on like the spiritual plane, which it has a few cards for the spiritual plane, which I think is pretty cool too. So let's see what tier that you get, Ophiuchus. I'm going to shuffle one more time. All right. Okay, Ophiuchus. So you've got humility. Oh, this came up before. And then at the bottom of that deck, departure. Oh, departure. Okay, so this, let's see. This is, I think, an aspect. Let's see where humility. B, C, D, F, G, H. No? Oh, no, this is something else. You know what? This is a little bit easier. Okay, so the guides are the astrological with the Jungian. And then we've got the aspects, which is day-to-day system situations in life. Valleys are major spiritual quests, but yours is in somewhere else. Yours is in wisdom. Offer a pause for deeper contemplation. Ask us to go deeper into ourselves, and it charges the cards around them. So I put it here. Okay. So humility is equal ground, subtle power, and openness. Okay. The farther you go, the less you know. The Tao Ching, from the Tao Te Ching, verse 47. Water supports all life, but asks for no reward. It stays grounded, low to the earth, and curious about every unexplored crevice. But water moves powerfully nonetheless. How freeing to say, I don't know, or I'm sorry, I need your help. I have so much to learn. So maybe be humble in that you don't know why you guys can't be together, right? Maybe be humble in that. So we got departure, which is an aspect, and the aspects again are the day-to-day life, right? Yeah, day-to-day situations in life. So we've got departure, closure, deeper callings, retirement, moving on. What feels heavy What feels heavy that doesn't have to? You might be leaving behind a difficult situation or ready to shed old patterns of behavior. It takes tremendous self love to choose a different, more unknown road. But this is a card for both exit and entry, for going both outward and inward. Can you heed the deeper callings that draw you forward? So, what I get from that is that there is, it might be a time for departure. However, that doesn't mean that that's the end. It's just that there's a deeper call for something else. It's time. You might have to let go of something now, but there's a deeper reason for that, and that is something that you're going to have to be comfortable with, right? Because this situation, this twin flame thing, it's too explosive right now. And I think you need to be humble in saying that, you know, I can't do everything, or this can't be right now, or I can't take control right now, or I don't know why it's not going to work this lifetime. And then to be able to depart from it so that you can be in something calm, and maybe there's a lesson to learn within that calmness that you get from somewhere else. But just know that you guys are forever connected. It's just not, it's not your time right now. What a deep message. And I hope, that that you take heed to the message, because sometimes we want something so bad that we're willing to sacrifice certain things, and that's not always a bad thing. But if it's a tumultuous situation in which it gets explosive, it could get out of hand, uh, it might just be a better idea just to walk away and just reconvene at a later time, right? All right, Ophiuchus, thank you for letting me read for you. If you know somebody who can benefit from this reading, please share. And with that, I will let you go. You take care, and I'll see you next reading. Bye now.